Omicron is the name given to this new variant of SARS-CoV-2 virus that has been detected in South Africa in samples that were collected on the between 9th and 11th of November 2021. Now, as you all know, this virus has surprised us and it's continuously mutating. 4 major mutants were classified as variants of concern. So until this new variant was discovered, there were 4: alpha, beta, gamma and delta. Now this has been called Omicron. After delta, there have been a number of other variants like kappa, lambda, mu and so on, but none of them spread very fast or they did not go beyond certain geographic boundaries. Omicron is a variant that seems to have a number of new mutations that have been described for the first time. And this is a combination of mutations that is present in alpha, beta, gamma and delta, making it look at this point of time more infectious. And the data that we have is in Africa alone in the last 3 weeks, from being 5% of all variants sequenced, it has jumped to 90%. Now that speed we have not seen with any of the other variants. Therefore, WHO stepped in and directly designated it as a variant of concern. It is of concern because the speed at which it is spreading within Africa and outside Africa. 2 days back, 4 countries were involved. It was South Africa, Botswana, Israel and Hong Kong. Then now some European countries have been added. Belgium was the first. What we hear last night, it was UK. Today it is Germany and Austria. Australia has joined the list. So it is spreading more and more to other countries. All this spread has occurred in the last 2 to 3 weeks. People have been traveling from South Africa outside. So that is the reason why there is a lot of concern. The second reason I also mentioned was that it seems to have advantages of all the other variants, like mutations from alpha, mutations from beta, mutations from delta, all in one basket. Therefore, at this point of time, there is a deep sense of concern. Is it more dangerous than delta? Honest answer is none of us know. Delta replaced all other circulating viruses globally in the last 8 months. Now here is for the first time a virus that is challenging delta. Whether it will take over, it will completely replace delta, in another week or 2 we will get the answers. At this point of time, everybody has to be vigilant and we have to look out for this new variant because it has some unique mutations in combination that none of the others have. Can people who have already got COVID or those who have already received both doses of vaccine get Omicron infection? Preliminary data says yes. Reinfections seem to be more common with Omicron, and similarly there are some of the people in South Africa who have been vaccinated but still got double vaccinated and still got Omicron. Our protection is our responsibility. Whatever variant emerges, ground rules are the same. A, get double vaccinated at the earliest. All vaccines protect against serious illness and death. The variation in vaccines is only with respect to getting infected after 2 doses. There is no vaccine till today that can guarantee protection against getting infected. But all vaccines reduce serious illness significantly and almost completely protect against death, at least 90-95%. So, how can we manage Omicron? Get vaccinated. Number 2, whichever variant of concern has emerged, none of them can pass through a mask. So, wearing masks, being a virus that enters through the nose and the mouth predominantly, and we know that it is spread by somebody coughing or breathing very close to us if they are infected. So, masks are the major protection. And third, maintaining social distance and personal hygiene like washing hands. These are the tools available to avoid infection with Omicron. The broad answer to this question is yes. The exception is if there are RT-PCR tests that are relying only on the spike protein gene. Now you all know spike protein is the outermost protein on the surface of the virus. Maximum number of mutations have been noticed in the spike protein. In fact, it has a record of 31 mutations, 31 mutations on the spike protein. So if there is a test that is relying only on spike protein, especially in RT-PCR that is amplifying spike protein gene, then one has to be very careful to interpret results of that test. Better still not to use exclusive spike protein based tests. However, the underlining point is that if the region that is being amplified in the spike protein is not in the area of mutation, then that test will work. An example I can give you is the Tata MD CRISPR assay, which is based on spike protein, but the region being amplified is not under mutation, so consequently that test will not miss. Fortunately, all over the world, most countries and most laboratories are using tests not based on one gene. They're using either spike and nucleoprotein or nucleoprotein and some other gene. When multiple genes are used, the chances of missing is very, very less. The short answer, most of the kits now that are being used globally are 2 gene based, and therefore the chances of missing is rather low. The honest answer is we do not know. Till we isolate the virus, grow the virus in the lab, and then check whether the antibodies to existing vaccines is able to neutralize Omicron, we cannot give a conclusive answer. You want to make an educated guess? As I said, irrespective of what variant comes, so far all vaccines are giving protection against serious disease and death, but variable protection against infection. So looking at the history of what has happened so far, it is unlikely that no vaccine will protect against Omicron. Most of them will, but to what efficacy, we'll have to wait till virus is isolated and experiments are done. Thank you very much.